Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasodhanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Yasodhanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Vrindavan Chandra Jaya Vrindavan Chandra Jaya Vrindavan Chandra Jaya Vrindavan Chandra Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Raja Dasi Smart Baca Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Founder Chai ISKCON BBT Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaura Pramanande Haribo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Hare Krishna, it's a great fortune and privilege to have with us His Grace Vrajanandana Prabhu. So His Grace Vrajanandana Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Giridhari Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji was initiated in 2004. He got his second initiation in 2015. And in the meantime, he is also serving as a Vice President of ISKCON Perth Temple, Australia. He joined the Krishna Conscious Movement in 1997 and involved in varieties of services like management, festivals, Rath Yatra, DT departments, nurturing devotees, handling conflicts, preaching extensively to Chinese devotees in China, focusing on ideal Krishna conscious family and children cultivation. So Prabhuji yesterday gave a very amazing class to our PDC devotees, describing adventures of Chinese preaching. So we'll get some glimpse of this today. So let us welcome Prabhuji to our temple by loudly chanting 3 times, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Haribo Haribo Thank you very much. So ISKCON is called International Society of Krishna Consciousness. I think this place has been open for 10 years, right? Is that right? 10 years? Over the 10 years, many speakers has sat on this chair. But I think this is probably the first time you are watching a Chinese sitting on this chair, which is very rare, right? So now I think it completes the so-called International Society of Krishna Consciousness. I'm sure many Westerners, many Indians have sat on this chair, except Chinese. So it's a very rare. I'm very privileged and very honored to be able to sit here and share some insight of Krishna consciousness to you. But I must first apologize and beg for forgiveness first because of my limited understanding, limited knowledge, even though I've been in the movement for more than 20 years. But my understanding of Krishna is still very limited. Still, I don't really know who is Vrindavan Chandra. You see how I pronounce the name, even I can't pronounce properly. That shows that the Chinese, their tongue, they're not rolled in such a way to speak Sanskrit. So even if you go to China, when you hear them chant Hare Krishna, they say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So they are very hard to understand what they're trying to chant. So please forgive me, and I beg for your mercy and your blessing so that I can share something today on the Srimad Bhagavatam. Hopefully you can take something home and bring it to try to practice in your life and then to share to your family. So as Prabhu say, I preach a lot in China nowadays because they need preachers to go in And I was just talking to the young generation, the yellow dress saffron devotees who are very new. I hope some of you will take up that mission to help the Chinese in Pune also, because right. So help the Chinese in Pune. I'm sure Pune also have Chinese. Chinese and Indian are everywhere in the world. Right? They are the same. Chinese. Whenever there's Chinese, there's always Indian. Whenever there's Indian, there's always Chinese. So I beg you to please help these Chinese, right? To give them a chance. They might not come in like you do, right? To come so quickly and just ask about Krishna and bow down and offer and all that. They will listen. They take some time, but maybe next life they can come, right? As I in Perth, I also involved in Harinam. So every Friday we go out to the city for 1 hour for Harinam. And as Prabhupada say, even though they wave or say, smile at you or accept a book and all that, the next life they become a human being. So it's very, very fortunate, to be in Krishna consciousness. So we'll see what we'll discuss today on the Srimad Bhagavatam in the history of the life of Ajamila. So we're going on Canto 6, Chapter 1, Text 55. Okay, those who got a phone, you can put it on. Esa prakriti sangena purusasya vipayaya asisa eva nachira isa sangha viliyate. Esa prakriti sangena purusasya vipayaya asisa eva nachira isa sangha viliyate. Esa prakriti sangena purusasya vipayaya asisa eva nachira isa sangha viliyati. Sa prakriti sangena sasya vipayaya asisa eva nachira isa sangha viliyati. Ladies. Esa prakriti sangena sasya vipayaya asisa eva nachira isa sangha viliyati. Any more? Okay. Isa sangha viliyati. Esa, this, prakriti sangena, because of association with the material nature. Purusasya, of the living entity. Vipayaya, a situation of forgetfulness or an awkward position. Asit, came to be. Sa, that position. Sa, indeed. Oh, sorry, sorry. Eva, indeed. Na, not. Chirat, taking a long time. Isa Sangat, from the association of the Supreme Lord. Vilayati, is vanquished. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki. Translation. Since the living entity is associated with material nature, he is in an awkward position. But if in the human form of life, he is taught how to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotee, this position can be overcome. Purport. The word Prakriti means material nature, and Purusa may also refer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one wants to continue his association with Prakriti, the female energy of Krishna, and be separated from Krishna by the illusion that he is able to enjoy Prakriti, he must continue in his conditional life. If he changes his consciousness, however, and associate with the Supreme Original Person, Purusam Sasvatam, or with his associates, he can get out of the entanglement of material nature. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma Kama Chami Divyam Eva Yo Vidita Vataha, one must understand the Supreme Person Krishna in terms of his form, name, activities, and pastime. This will keep one always in the association of Krishna. Tvatva deham puna janma 19 mam iti so Arjuna. Thus, after giving up his gross material body, one accepts not another gross body, but a spiritual body in which to return home back to Godhead. Thus, one ends the tribulation caused by his association with the material energy. In summary, the living entity is an eternal servant of God, but he comes to the material world and is bound by material conditions because of his desire to lord it over matter. Liberation means giving up this false consciousness and reviving one's original service to the Lord. This return to one's original life is called mukti, as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, mukti hivanyata rupam sarupena vyavastite. Oma gyana trinadasya jana jana salakaya chakso militam yena tasmai Sri Guruve namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Sri Makti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tenamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nimisesa Sunyavadi Pastaya Desa Tarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nitananda Siya Vaita Gadadara Siva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Venda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpa tarubhyasa kripa sindhu bhyavacha patitanam pavaneshvyo vaishnavyo namo namaha. So please have compassion to me. If I make any mistake, you're welcome to correct me or change me, because as I said, my software is limited. My hardware is there like you, but software is limited compared to you. Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai. So you understand what I said? Software. So in Indian, you see in a computer, there's a software and hardware, right? So hardware means the outside, but software means what you put inside. So for Indians, from birth, you already have all the software of Krishna consciousness. You all know what is Mahabharata, you all know what is Ramayana, you all know who is Arjuna, who is Pandava, you all know all that. But for me, I don't know anything of those from birth. I only know when I come from birth is worshipping the ancestor and eating meat and enjoying gambling and those kind of things. So if I make a mistake, don't hesitate, especially that our vice president here, Ravati Pati Prabhu, to correct me. All right, please. All right. So my knowledge is limited. Whatever I know, I listen from the lectures. From the different gurus of our ISKCON, and whatever I share with you is all from them that I heard, and hopefully I can impart something to you all today. So let's start off with this verse. Since the living entity is associated with material nature, he is in an awkward position. But if in the human form of life he is taught how to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotee, this position can be overcome. Recently, a China devotee, as I say, I preach extensively to China. He asked me, why the Bhagavad Gita says Krishna is the Supreme? From my understanding, there are 33 million demigods. When I first got this knowledge of this 33 million demigods, I would say, I was flabbergasted. Like, what? 33 million demigod. And now the 33 million demigod, one is supreme, called Krishna. So this new bhakta was asking me, why you all choose Krishna? So I said, Gita, obviously the one who wrote it, said that like that. He's not satisfied. So I explained further. I said, look, in the Bhagavad Gita, how you understand Krishna as God is that it states very clearly. So the writer is Srila Vyasadeva, right? So in the book, there's only 4 persons speaking. Who are they? Dhritarashtra, Sanjaya, Arjuna, and Krishna. So whenever they speak, right? So she will say, Sanjaya Uvacha, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Arjuna Uvacha. But did they say Krishna Uvacha? No. So he said, Bhagavan Uvacha. So I explained to him, said, from there, Krishna is Bhagavan because the writer say he's a Bhagavan. So you might not want to accept, but if you read a book, you must also accept what the writer writes. Let's say you want to write a biography of sorry, I apologize, my always Revati Prabhu. Write a biography of him. He's a vice president. If you say something else, it's not right, isn't it? So you got to follow what the writer say. So I said that's one. Number 2 is that in the Gita also say, Asita, Narada, Devala, they say, yes, Krishna is the supreme. Right? Then number 3, Krishna himself say, I am the supreme. Wow, Krishna very proud, isn't it? But imagine if Narendra Modi walk into the temple and claim, I'm the Prime Minister of Australia. What do you all do? No, he's not. He cannot, because he is. So Krishna is declaring himself, I'm the Prime Minister of Australia. I'm his Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I shared to him these 3. He's still, being illiterate, a very so ignorant understanding of Krishna consciousness. They will not accept so easily. So I went further. I said, the reason being you cannot accept is because of your conditioned life. Your condition. We are all conditioned here. We are conditioned by what? By the 3 modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. We are conditioned to where we are born. Since you are born in China, you have no knowledge of Krishna, so that's why you never know Krishna. So you're conditioned. So conditioning is very hard to say, to accept. So you just got to learn to accept. So I tried to give him a little bit more deeper. We tried to put him Man Mana Bhava Bhakto, Savadar Praya. Yeah, give them a bit deeper. But I said, wow, this is too much, But for Indians, it's simple. But when I first joined Krishna consciousness, we were preaching to a lot of Indians also in Australia. So we go to their houses. So when I go to their houses, I see how come they're not like our ISKCON temple, only Krishna? How come they got so many little pictures, so many little idols on their altar? Got Ganesh, Shiva, Brahma, so many. So I asked them, why you got so many? You know why there are so many? Anyone knows? Yeah, nobody teach them, and also they're afraid to miss out. You didn't get a joke, huh? So you see, they're afraid to miss out in the sense that they make sure they pray to everyone so that they get blessing from everyone. Other than that, if they just pick 1 or 2, they're afraid they'll miss out the other one. If they don't pray to Shiva, they only pray to Brahma or pray to Ganesh, what happens if Shiva might not be happy? So I better pray to everyone. So when they come here, nothing else except Krishna. All right? So again, I explained to him in that way. He slightly accept, but still, cannot accept fully. So finally, I said, you have to take the leap of faith. You're going to just have faith. All right? That's why the first stage of our 9 stage of devotional service is you must have what? Strada, faith. Right? So I say you have faith, and then you practice. Then you practice, then you slowly understand who is Krishna. So here, in this verse, right, we have to learn to accept Krishna. But for many people, even I'm sure, Indians, it's hard to accept Krishna as a supreme. That's why in this verse, Vyasadeva also written very clearly that or his devotee. Why he mentioned devotee? Why he just don't say accept me only and nothing else? Why devotee is so important? So this will be the subject matter I will focus on today. Why devotee is so important? Why people wearing orange, wearing white, wearing yellow, they're so special? Even though I don't know why they got 3 colors, but they tell me what happened, they got 3 colors. So the orange one, we got more respect. The yellow one, coming up. The yellow one, you can bully them a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I share with you a very nice story. I don't know whether you heard of this story before. This story was told to me a few years ago by a devotee. They come to Perth, and he gave us some seminars, and he shared this nice story about Alexander the Great. So Alexander the Great is a great king. Anyone know who is Alexander the Great? Anyone knows? Okay, most of you know. So Alexander the Great is a great king in probably a long, long time ago. Right? He conquers a lot of places. So his father died when he was a very young age, probably in the early 20s. So the father tell him, right, I died due to illness, I'm dying young, and I could not conquer a lot of places. I want you to take up this valor and go and conquer more cities from Persia. They're from Persia. They want them to conquer all the way towards the west. No, sorry, towards the east, right? Basically towards India. So the son took up this thing. Okay, father, I will do as you tell me, and I will lead this army and start conquering all over the place. So when the father died, he became the king of Persia, and then he start gathering his army and start conquering, and taking all their wealth, killing people, and controlling them, and accumulating all this different wealth that come from winning all these battles. So finally, as they keep going for many years, some of his soldiers and army and all that are getting a little bit tired. But he wanted to conquer more. He said, my next target I want to conquer is India. So he reached the border, right? And then he come to this one kingdom. When he reached this kingdom, it was in the evening. So this kingdom, the king of this kingdom is very smart. He said, my dear King Alexander, right, in India, in the evening, we don't fight. We only fight in the daytime. Just like Mahabharata. Mahabharata, you don't fight in the evening, they only fight in the daytime. At night, they sit together and have dinner between the opposing army. Amazing. Actually, when I hear all that, when the Kauravas and the Pandavas, after the fight in the morning, at night they sit down together and have dinner. What is this? What kind of mentality is this? So this king said, don't come and attack me now. We don't fight. We are now resting. Tomorrow you can attack. You come to my kingdom. I'll arrange banquet for you, a dinner for you, and then you can take rest. Tomorrow, before you start attacking my kingdom, you have a look in my kingdom to see there's a need to attack or not. So I said, okay, no problem, because he's so powerful with it. He got a strong army. So take rest, have the banquet, take rest, and then next morning he went out with his soldiers, army general on the horses, riding, going to see. But that kingdom is mostly farmers. They are farming community, right? So they are not really like Kshatriya. They are more farming. So as we're traveling along, then he saw 2 farmers arguing. So he's sort of a bit curious. Why these 2 farmers is arguing? So he got out from the horse and see them arguing. So he said, these 2 farmers is arguing. So what happened is that these 2 farmers, who like to be farmer A and farmer B? Who like to be farmer A? First farmer. I'll ask you later. Want to be farmer 1? Okay, farmer 1. Who likes to be farmer 2? Anyone? Okay, farmer 2. Okay, a boy and an adult. Farmer 1, farmer 2. Okay, these 2 farmers were arguing. So King Alexander asked, what are you arguing about? He said, you see, farmer 1 told farmer 2, he said, I have a piece of land that I sold to this farmer 2. I sold it to him, everything is paid, and it's no problem. So farmer 2 bought the land, everything paid, everything settled, so he was farming the land, farming. Then after some time farming, when he was farming the land with his tractor, with his, what do you call it? The cow with the, what do you call it? Bullock cart. As he was doing that, he hit something hard, a chest. So when he took up the chest, it was filled with treasure. Treasure, money, gold, everything. So this farmer two who bought the land and got this chest, he took this chest of jewelry and all that and went to farmer one. My dear farmer one, all right, I found a chest of treasury in the farm that you sold to me. I want to give it back to you. So farmer one, give it back to you. Farmer two, you give it back. But if you found something that you already bought, paid for, will you give it back? Why not? So yesterday we have a very nice class from a Marathi person. Marathi, it's called Marathi. Marathi people are very good businessmen. Is that right? I heard. They're always competing with Gujarati. I heard. Is that right? So both are very good businessmen. So as a businessman, any Marathi here? If you bought a piece of land and you found treasure in your land, will you give it to anybody else or you keep it? You keep it, right? Now, farmer one, careful. Huh? So farmer one heard this. This fellow I sold to him, he come and give it back to me. What will you do? You're the farmer two. Let's be an adult. An adult is easier. Okay, let's Prabhu. What do you think? If the farmer one doesn't want it, he give it back to you. You're the farmer two. Will you want the chest of treasure? No. You sold the land, right? And he found treasure. He doesn't want it. He come back to you. Wouldn't you be excited? Gee, this guy is giving back to me. You don't know I sold it. Because when you sold, it's finished. But he want it. He gave it back to him. Will you take it? Will you take it? Will you take it? Come on. If you're a fool if you don't take it. You come to a Chinese man, you come to a China businessman, you finish. We will take it. You know? Thank you very much for giving back to me. But this farmer will say, no, I don't want. So both don't want. Both were arguing. So Alexander the Great was thinking, what is this? What's happening to these farmers here? Why they're so mad? I've been conquering and getting all this wealth, and these two farmers, even though it belongs to them, they don't want. Something is not right. So he went down and talked to the farmer. What's your problem? What's your problem? Huh? What's your problem? Why don't you either one take it? Then he explained. You see, if the wealth, all these jewelries and all that, it come from a good source, I got to get good karma, and I have to come back here to enjoy the karma or go to heavenly planet. But if this source of this jewelry come from a bad source, from stolen goods and all that, I got to get a bad karma, I got to go to hell, and then I'll come back here and suffer. But both of us doesn't want to have karma. Either good or bad. We want to go back home, back to Krishna. Arriba. So even farmers in India, they are intelligent. Right? So King Alexander, what happened? He has a wake-up call. Now I know what to do. So he don't attack the kingdom anymore. He said, now let's go home. Let's go back to our original home. We have been away for many years now. Let's go home. So as he rode home, he was only 30-something, but his health is no good. He died before he reached his own gate, his own area. But before he reached his own kingdom, before he died, he told his important ministers, chief ministers, he told them, I don't think my health will last. I think I will die, but I want you to do a few things for me when I die. So when you take my body back to my kingdom in Persia, say make sure that when you put on a pelican to be walked around for the citizens to see, I want you to do 3 things. I want you to have the best 4 doctors carried by pelican. The best 4 doctors. And then I want to make sure that rather than most of the people die, they put their hand like that. No, don't put my hand like that. Put my hand outside of the pelican. Let them see my bare hand. And number 3, I want whatever wealth you have, whoever who come and see my funeral, distribute all this wealth to them. So why did King Alexander do that? Anyone? Why did he have the best 4 doctors to carry the palanquin? Yes, very good. That means he's trying to show to the citizen that nobody can save me even though I'm so young. No doctors can save me. So why the hand not like that and put outside? So what's the philosophy? We come with nothing, we go with nothing. What does Baraki and Gujarati like? I come with nothing, I want a lot. Chinese the same. Don't worry, we are the same. We come with nothing, we want a lot. But then we cannot take it with us. So the third one, of course, he realized that nothing belongs to him. He distribute whatever he take back to the citizen. All right. So just by this little associate with some farmers in India, he got realization. Imagine, right? Knowing. That's why when all these devotees here, their job is to preach and give knowledge to people who in the Pune, residents, a Pune population, a Pune people, how much benefit they're giving to you. Now that you have come here, you're going to start not only knowing the knowledge, you got to start to do the next thing. If you want to improve, you're like advance in your Krishna consciousness. And I'll tell you why I'm able to sit here today. It's not by fluke. It's not by my knowledge. It's not by my education. It's not by my ability. It's not by my wealth. No. I'll tell you why. It's all come back to serving the devotees. Right? So you've got to learn to serve the devotees. Right? So over the years, when I become a devotee, I know that serving a devotee is good. So every time, whenever there's a Maharaj that comes to Perth, there's a few Maharaj that visit Perth, Bhanu Swami, Prananda Swami, Ramai Swami, and all that, they come to Perth. My wife is a good cook. We will invite them to our house for lunch. So by inviting them for lunch, you are serving the devotees. But that is good. But why I'm so fast I can sit here? The first Chinese to sit here. Very rare. It's because of my Guru Maharaj's mercy. See? My Guru Maharaj, I got initiated in 2000 and, is it 4 or 5? 5. Sorry, I forgot. 2005. So in 2007, my whole family went to visit him in Hong Kong. So my Guru Maharaj is based in Hong Kong, China, Taiwan, and the Philippines. So we went to visit him in Hong Kong. So at that time, his health wasn't very good. Why his health wasn't very good? What is that? So why his health wasn't very good? Why his health wasn't very good? He had some anxiety and he had some insomnia. And this is over years of preaching in China. Because when you go to China in a white body, in a Western body, you're very dangerous. They cannot wear like what you do, cannot wear saffron. They're going to wear kameez clothes, and they are being watched by KGB. You know who is KGB? Anyone know who is KGB? You don't know what is KGB? KGB means they are the spy of China, where they watch out for any interference to their well-being of the country. So they put them to watch him, video him, to see what he's doing, whether he's promoting, trying to get people to get involved in religion and so forth and so forth. So years he's been followed and so forth. So at some point in time, no matter how much security, how much safety you take, you're always worried. So whenever you go to China. Okay? So China is not an easy place to go into, as you probably know. So anyway, so I went there to Hong Kong, and he was not feeling well. And he tried Ayurvedic, he tried different medicine, and he tried Western medicine, of course. Because what happened, he has some chemical imbalance in the brain. So he said, I don't want to take Western medicine. I want to take homeopathic and something more natural. So Burujan Prabhu, some of you who knows him, recommend him to come to Australia. So, and I happens to be there with my wife and children. I said, look, Guru Maharaj, we're happy for you to come. As a servant, as a disciple, we're happy for you to come to Australia. You can stay in my place, and then we'll look after you, and then we'll take you to doctors and all that. So he thinks about it, and next day, yes, I'll come. When the Guru say want to come, he'll come. He doesn't care about your plans. So my plan was to visit Hong Kong, enjoy Hong Kong, go back to Malaysia, enjoy Malaysia, come back to Australia. Say, no, I'm going the next few days. Cancel your ticket, buy me one together with you and go back straight away. So first thing, Krishna teach, detachment. Because serving Guru is not different than serving Krishna. Because they're representative of God. So no choice. I already accept. My wife already accept. So okay. I bought a ticket with him to go from Hong Kong to Perth. And my children, they went their way to Malaysia by themselves with my wife. And then after some time, they got to come back themselves. So when the moment he comes, we were not prepared, of course. So, when a representative of God come to your house, it's very, very intense, right? Making sure everything is as good, as perfect as possible. So it was supposed to be a 3-month visa. 3 months, right? So my wife did all the cooking. I did all the running around, bring him to doctors and all that, and clean his room, change his bed sheet, wash and mop the floor, blah, blah, blah. So many different things. Always intense pressure, right? Because we make sure that he's happy. So for 3 months, he was there, right? And then didn't cure him. Extended another 3 months, so become 6 months. So every day we're cooking. 3 meals a day. 3 meals a day, and 3 Mahaprasadam every day. Now you know why I'm sitting here. 3 Mahaprasadam every day. So 6 months, still cannot. But he has to leave. Australia rule is that after 6 months, you have to leave. So in the end, I seek the help of Temple President. Say, look, my Guru Maharaj cannot go yet. He still haven't recovered yet. Can you apply permanent resident for him? So he applied, and he got it. He got permanent resident. Not Haribo, man. Haribo means I'm suffering more because I'm going to make sure taking care, intense. Intense, every day intense. Even chanting 16 rounds, even going to the toilet is an issue. Because so intense. Okay? So 6 months become 1 year. So my Guru Maharaj stay in my house for 1 year. Right? So not finished yet. Not finished yet. For 1 year, right? Serving him, looking after him, bringing the hospital, putting money to go to doctors and all that. So we're putting every effort. So Krishna is teaching me and my wife to be detached from our attachment. But the strongest thing he teaches is what? Desires. When you serve your guru, when you serve someone, your own personal desire down the drain. No more interest about going for holiday, going for this, going for that, because it's all on him. So that's why when you serve a devotee, your personal desire goes to one side. So after 1 year, it didn't cure him. Say, look, I think this is not good. Then Prabhupada suggests, why don't you go to Melbourne? So Melbourne is about 4,000 kilometers away from Perth, very far. Right? So you got to fly there. So he suggests to go there. So at that time, how do I live? My children is still very young. I got a 6-year-old or 7-year-old daughter and a 8-year-old daughter and about 14-year-old son. Right? So go to Melbourne. So my son said to me, Papa, if you go to Melbourne with my Guru Maharaj, because he got PR now, right? PR means he can stay as long as you want. Do not know how long I'll be away. So, Papa, if we go to Melbourne, who's going to look after us? Who is going to make money to take care of the family? I said, don't worry, Krishna will take care. I don't know why I was so confident. Krishna will take care. So anyway, left the family. Wow, strong detachment from family. Went there, serve him. So then I did what my wife is doing. I'll cook 3 times for him every day. Bring him to the doctor, but luckily the doctor is just across the road. So cook, buy, boga, and do everything is needed to rent a place, everything to take care of the house. Whatever he need. Dealing with outside people, dealing with phone call, a lot of sannyasi call. Wow, that time a lot of maha, getting a lot of calls from sannyasi from all over the world. Because he's one of the GBC of China, so people call him, for instruction or whatever. So I served him for nearly 5 months. And During the 5 months, right, something unique happened. Remember my son asking me how am I going to take care? I said, don't worry, Krishna will take care. And Krishna manifests. So you got to have faith and trust Krishna. So what happened is that no money coming in from my side. My wife do work as a part-time lecturer. Right? She got a certain amount from the previous year, say 40,000. Right? For the previous year, part-time, 3 days a week. So then in February, they renew the contract. So they offer my wife same subject, same time, double the salary. So I told my son, see, Krishna provide. Right? So don't worry. Krishna does provide. Right? Materially, money-wise, it provides. And since then, money is not an issue for our family because you serve. So after 5 months, I told my Guru Maharaj, I said, I think I have to go. My family needs me. Can you send another servant? I prefer you. He said, I prefer you. I said, why? I said, Guru Maharaj, why? Why you prefer me? Yeah, because you can do anything. Whatever I need to do, you do. You just do it. You see? So service means do whatever the Guru asks you and just do it. Until the Guru doesn't want to let you go. But I cannot. I say, Guru Maharaj, I have to go. Because they need me also. They're young, So can you get someone else? Because I do not know how long you're going to stay here. You see? Now you got PR. A lot of Indians like to go to India. A lot of Indians like to go to Australia to get PR. Once they get PR, they want to get citizen. Then they come back to Australia, come to India, they buy houses. But anyway, that's another joke. So anyway, then he get another servant from Hong Kong. And then they help out to take over my position. So I went back home. And I've served my Guru Maharaj for 1 year in Australia, in my home, and then 5 months in the different city. And after 3 months later, he decided that this is not the place. And then he went to America for further help issue. So because of serving of my Guru, because of his mercy, that's why I can sit here today. Taking Mahaprasadam 3 times a day for 1 year and 5 months. Okay, so serving a devotee, you must grab the opportunity. Especially I was talking to the yellow saffron devotees yesterday. You're living among yourself, 4 or 5 of you. Serve each other nicely. Put yourself to one side. Put your desire to one side. Don't be lazy. If you're not lazy, you're willing to serve, the others in the room will also serve you. And then you'll grow together in Krishna consciousness. Don't be envious of one person doing better than you. Because you can be good in different ways. I can never be good in talking in the class. I don't do it a lot. They know I don't do it a lot. I very rare I do it, but this one I do it because I see I really enjoy the devotees in Pune. Before I forget, happy Diwali to everyone. Happy Diwali to everyone, my friend. But for the devotee who comes every day, they don't need happy Diwali. They are Diwali every day. Why? In the morning, they're enthusiastic. They come here running and then got to mark attendance. Say, wow, serious stuff. Mark attendance, man. Does the orange one need to mark attendance? She also have to. My goodness, unbelievable. They were enthusiastic. They come in and then they are so focused and attentive in their chanting. My goodness. I was telling them, the only time I'm focused and intense is when I have a flight problem. All right? Remember the flight problem. But you guys were intense every day. And then after that, the kirtan is ecstatic. So you are Diwali every day. No need to have a special Diwali like today. So this is perfect. So I have to say this is wonderful. Anyway, so that is service. How much time more do I have? Or is it finished? Can I add a little bit more? Is it okay? So, if you want to go on the lift rather than climb up to the stairs or even elevator, this is what you do. To shoot up in your spiritual life, right? You serve. You serve. Not only you know Krishna, not only you know the devotees, once you know them, not only you serve Krishna, but Krishna says what? Right? I'm more happy if you serve my devotees. Not only my devotees, devotees of my devotees. Even the junior, we got to serve, right? So even that's why some of you devotees who have difficulty in the beginning, where your parents are not favorable or not happy that you become a brahmachari in the ashram and all that, but slowly by them serving you, when you go back home, right, they get benefit. They get realization, they get purification. By their realization, their purification, and their love to you, they become devotees. So many parents of the children here has become devotees. I saw your parents yesterday with your sister. So nice, right? Becoming devotee, right? So this is how it should work, you know. So this is fantastic. So by serving devotees, we can quickly come to the stage of what? Anya Bilahita Sunyam, where we have no more personal desires to fulfill. Okay? So no more personal desire. So Anya Bilahita means only for the pleasure of Krishna, not for you. So because I served my Guru so intensely for 1.5 years, all my desire that I have planned, it just go away. And it will go away. Trust me. Don't think it won't go. It will go away. Because once you don't think about it, slowly, your desire to go here, go there, not important. When I came to us this time to Pune, I'm not interested to see all the what's so great about Pune. I'm only interested to see NVCC and ISKCON camp. What a wonderful place. Why? It's more than enough. Your soul is happy already to see the devotees and the deities. Now, why serving devotees are so powerful and so purifying? Anyone thought of that? Why is it so powerful and so purifying? I'm sure all of you know the story of the gopis, right? When they serve Krishna with so much love, unconditional love. What did Krishna say? Just be satisfied with your service. But Krishna cannot stand it. Krishna wants to repay our unconditional, unmotivated, continuous, and unflinching devotional service and love that the devotees are offering to the Lord. The Lord might say, be satisfied with your service, but the Lord is hankering to serve his devotees. So that's why when he fulfills devotees' desire without reservation. So that's why when you become a devotee, when your parents serve you, Krishna is very happy with your parents. And the parents will get special mercy from Krishna. And when Krishna gives special mercy, what happened? They cannot go away. Krishna hooked them. Right? Krishna is very clever. That's why he's in a tree bending form. It's not straight. Why Krishna in tree bending form? Let's say you have a bottle. You put a straw in. If it's a straight straw, it will go in and come out. But if you bend the straw, can it come out easily? It can't come out. So Krishna, once you get Krishna, Krishna will not let you go. So those who see here today, I'm sorry to say, Krishna will not let you go. Even if you want to go. One day he'll remind you. Right? And now, I just share with you a last story about what happened if you serve Krishna. Right? Krishna is personally happy with you. Recently, in Perth, we have a Bhumi Puja. You probably know what is Bhumi Puja. Bhumi Puja means a groundbreaking for the land that we bought. So we bought some land in Perth. We are planning to build some temple like here. But of course, we can't build as big as this, as nice as this, because you've got more people. So our congregation is not very big. So I was the one in charge, the coordinator of the Bhumi Puja. It's a 3-day event. It happens on Balaram Punima, and on Saturday is the Bhumi Puja, and then on Sunday is the week before Jamashtami is the cultural program, pre-Jamashtami cultural program. So I'm given the role to take charge of the program. So it was planning, and then for about 2 months, and then suddenly the border opens. Everyone can fly, right? The pandemic opened. So myself and my wife haven't seen my father-in-law for nearly 2 years. And my father is already 80-something. So in June, we decided to go back. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit of a cramp. Can I put my leg down? Okay. So we decided to go back, right, in June. So we were supposed to go back for 1 month. Right, so we went back for 1 month. And then when we go back, unfortunately, my father fell from his bed and cracked his bone here. And then he also got COVID. And he was hospitalized. So I said, oh no. So after 2 years, he was waiting for us. Nothing happened. And then the moment we come back, he has some issue. So I'm thinking, okay, now there's still time for my Baram Punima. If something happened, we can take care of him. But he was in hospital for more than a month. Nothing happened. He was bedridden. He cannot walk. But he didn't. Nothing happened. He slowly recovered. So we were telling my wife what to do. Should we stay on or should we go back? Because I have to go back. I have to take care of the 3-day program. So then I said, look, let's go back. So we went back. And then my father-in-law recovered. And he went to the old folks' home. Right? And there I'm praying to Krishna. My dear Lord, as the day get closer to Baram Punima, please, I just pray that my father-in-law don't pass away during the time when I'm doing the program. Because if that's the time that I'm doing the program, the wife will tell you, go home. Wife is very powerful, So when you get married, who is married here? Wife is very powerful. Who agree with me? Those are married? But they're good. They're good power, right? So I knew. So I prayed to Krishna, please make sure that it doesn't happen during that 3 day. And also, there was a forecast on Bhumi Puja, it's going to rain, definitely rain. So I prayed to Krishna again, please, my dear Lord, during that time when we're doing the puja, no rain. Right? Prayers, very, very, very intense prayer for them to make sure, because you're inviting guests. The last thing you want is that, heavy rain and you cannot do the Bhumi Puja and so forth. So anyway, as my father got, he start to recover, right? Getting better and better. Then suddenly we got 2 weeks before, we got a phone call. Oh, father-in-law is blood coming out from the pool. Not so good. But then the doctor said, no, it's not a big deal, probably some bleeding, all that. Never mind, we're in the hospital and all that. But within 1 week, after 1 week, the week before Baram Punima, we got a phone call in the morning on Wednesday, 10 days before, my father-in-law passed away. And I fly back. And all the funeral is done on that weekend. And I flew back the following week for Baram Punima. So I say, wow, Krishna, you're serious, man. Even dead body, even people dying, you're in control. All right? So that's Krishna. Wow, very nice. Faith grows stronger. Then second one, no rain, Krishna? Forecast, 10 o'clock, 10:30 during puja, definite rain. It was forecast. All right? So then I pray, my dear Lord, please don't rain. This is our our day. So on that day, we did a yakya in the morning. The auspicious time was between 8 to 10 o'clock. So I did the yakya. All the deities were there. All the temple deities were there. Goretai, Nita Sachananda, Radha Gondari, Lord Jagannath. Everything was there in the new premises. We built a tent. All the deity went there. So I said, look, you're the boss. You're here. Make sure that everything happens to your wish. Make sure everything is nice and fulfill our desire. So the puja is outside. We dig a hole and then we do all the puja. And then at 10 o'clock, we went out. Hare Krishna, no rain, but drizzle. Purify us, drizzle. Right? And then we did the puja nearly 1 hour. Came back, no rain. When we settled down, then the rain pours. Rain. So I say, Krishna, too much like you. So Krishna is too good. So you have faith in Krishna, Krishna have faith in you. So remember the 9 stages, starting with faith, then sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, and so forth and so forth, so forth, and then prema. So if you want to reach prema, it's not difficult. You start with little faith, but if you 100% faith, you are prema. So all you have to do is have faith in Krishna. No fear, no worries. Krishna will provide, Krishna will protect. Okay? So finally, just to end my class. So by serving devotees, Krishna is very happy and satisfied with you. And advancement in spiritual life is guaranteed. This is from my experience. That's the only reason I can share some of my realization here today. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So any comments, any questions? I think it's running a bit late. Shall we stop here? Any comments, any question? Maybe one or two questions? If not, I'll share 2 minutes with you. Any comment, any question? No? Anyone? Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your wonderful class. Can you please share how do you preach in China?
How do I preach China?
Yeah.
Were you in the class yesterday?
No, I was not there.
Then you get it from them. I share a lot with them yesterday.
Okay.
So to preach to China, you don't worry about it. You leave that to me. You preach to the Pune Chinese first. Because that one is not easy. They're hardcore. Then after that, you might get married to one of them also. So they are serious. They are like the next Russia. Right? China, if they open up, they will be the next Russia. Because they are hankering for it, they are dying for it, they are serious. They take up Krishna consciousness very fast, very swift, better than even Indians. If that one devotee I met, he just get to know about Krishna consciousness, next day he chants 16 rounds. Until the tongue got hurt for 4 hours, and he continued chanting 16 rounds. So they are like that. Because for them, they have been suppressed for so many years, no God and everything. So suddenly when they realize there is something so wonderful, they take it up straight away. So at the moment, they are not taking it up so serious, so fast, it's because of suppression from the government. The government is not allowing it so easily. So hopefully one day it will open up, then we can get. So my job is to slowly making sure that those who are there now, they become steady, they don't give it up, and then they continue in the spiritual life. That's all. Okay? Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai.
कोई गा सकता है तो बैठो। जय श्री श्री दामोदर भगवान की। नमाम विश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमाना विश्वरं हरि बोल। यशोदाभियोलुकलाद्ववमाना परामृष्टमत्यन्त दौद्रुतगोप्या यशोदा रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्र युग्मं मृजन्तं कराम्भोजयुग्मेन सतं कनेत्रा मुहुश्वासकम्पत्रिरेखां ककण्ठ स्थितग्रेवदामोदरं भक्तिबद्ध त्रिरेखां ककण्ठ इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषनिमज्जन्तं मख्यापयन्तम् तदीयेषु तज्ञेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वं पुनः प्रेमतस्तन् श्रतावृत्ति वन्दे वरं देवं मोक्षं न मोक्षं वदीं वा न चान्यवृणेऽहं वरेषदपिह इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपाल बालं मदामे मनस्य विरास्त किमन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्भोजमत्यन्तनीले वृतकुन्तले स्निग्ध रक्तश्च गोप्या मुहुस्तुम्बितां बिम्बरक्तधरां मे मनस्य विरास्तामलां लक्ष्मलाभय नमो देव दामोदर अनंत विष्णु प्रसिद्ध प्रभो दुःख जलब्धिमग्ना कृपा दृष्टि वृष्ट्यादि दिनं बतानो गृहाणेश मामज्ञ मिथक्ष दृश्य कुबेरात्मजो बत मूर्ते अद्वत त्वया मोचितो भक्ति भज कृतो च
तो भक्ति भजो कृतो च
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेस्ति दामोदरे
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेस्ति दामोदरे
नमस्ते स्तुधाम्नि स्फुरदीप्तिधान्मे त्वदीयोदरायथ विश्वस्य धान्मे
नमोस्ते स्तुरामे स्तुरदीप्तिदाने त्वदीयोदराय विश्वसदाम्ने
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यां
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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Radhe Shyam.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Vrindavan Chandra
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama